It is becoming apparent to more and more people that the economic instabilities faced by a large portion of the world will not be going away anytime soon. With unemployment levels reaching what they were in the 1930s, some are starting to call this the Second Great Depression. Will the continuing economic hardships cause people to become more sympathetic to ideas like antinatalism, or even just becoming child-free for the sake of trying to better their own lives in the face of what is fast becoming a global economic nightmare? It's true that during times of intense economic instability, people are less inclined to want to start new families, but the overall impact seems to be small because as soon as the economic environment improves, people will go right back to what they were doing before. Still, a lot of people during this time may have their eyes open to the incredible inefficiencies of our current system and the overall failures of modern society and the way it's structured. That some people may decide not to have children based on that alone, as some people today already do. Many of the millennials who are already drowning in mountains of college debt will be facing even greater pressure if the economy continues to suffer, and it looks like it will for some time to come. This can end up being one of those straws that breaks the camel's back scenarios, where people just start to become completely fed up with this broken system, especially now that all of its shortcomings are out in the open for all to see. And not even those who are sitting on their mountain of privilege can surely ignore it for long. One truly disgusting example of inefficiency is the fact that while desperate people are beginning to depend on food banks, and even starving in some areas, become increasingly desperate to feed their families, farmers are now euthanizing millions of chickens and pigs because profits are not being made. They also lack the infrastructure to directly get the products to the people that actually need them, so they are being forced to pour out thousands of gallons of milk and destroy their own livestock in a desperate attempt to manage their supplies. It's bad enough these animals were bred just to live their whole lives in tiny pens, only to be butchered for the sake of the meat industry, but now they are dying for no reason at all. With many food production workers getting sick or going on strike, food supply lines are starting to get cut. Food shortages for certain items are already starting to appear in many retail grocery stores, and these shortages may continue to get worse as time passes. With unemployment continuing to rise and talk of inflation in the future, people would have to be insane to want to start families in the face of this economic uncertainty. Yet we all know that some will anyway, despite the danger. But one can never underestimate the effect of environmental pressures, which may push many into choosing to postpone having children or forgo it entirely in the face of so many potential hardships. People are more willing to change their behaviors if the surrounding conditions they're faced with push them to do so. As I've said before, coming at people with rational arguments, however true they may be, will often be ineffective at motivating change. When in human history have people ever come together collectively and made a decision based solely on logic and reason for the benefit of society? Because I can't think of one. Humans are irrational, emotional beings by their very nature, and that must always be taken into account when interacting or speaking with them about anything that they may have a knee-jerk reaction to. Second depression or not, we haven't seen the worst of this yet. I know I've said it before, but if politics and broken economics keep moving in the direction that they're currently heading in, not having children will one day be seen as a compassionate act to be applauded and respected. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there.